What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another YouTube video, and we're going to be talking some Phillies baseball. We are very close to baseball season actually happening, and I can't be any more excited. I love baseball. I bought partial season tickets before this season to get into the stadium. I love it. I love being in Citizens Bank Park, being around the atmosphere of baseball. Yes, the younger generation and my generation, which is the younger generation, doesn't really have, love for the game of baseball as some people do. Not me in particular, but, if you ask my brother, he's not going to really say, oh yeah, I love baseball. That's just the way of the world. Now, you got to see some hits. You got to see, tackles being broken. That's what some shots, ankle breakers. With baseball, it's really just the crack of the bat, a nice diving play in the outfield, a good pitching game. It's a lot different. But before I get into Phillies baseball, make sure you guys smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below if you are excited for Phillies baseball to be back. Now, I will be covering every single Phillies games. All 60 of them will be covered here on 4 for 4 Philly Fan. I'll be, doing game recaps of every single game. And today, we're really just going to be going over a little bit of the schedule, who we play, when we play them. And I'm also going to get into a little bit of JT Realmuto talk along with Bryce Harper, because Bryce Harper's the Phillies. So, the schedule has finally been released for Phillies baseball. We start Friday, July 24th, 7:05 against Miami. It is in Philadelphia. Not that it matters, because there will be no fans in the stands. There will only be the players that will have to be forced to sit in the stands and not in the dugout. There's no high fives. There's no spitting. There's no gum. There's no seeds. There's none of that. It's just going to be baseball. That's literally it. It's going to be hitting, catching, fielding, doing a bunch of other stuff, except the normal baseball stuff. But, we start the season off with a 3-game stand at home with the Miami Marlins. Now, it's kind of funny because last year we did play, obviously, during the NL East, we finished over 500 against everybody except the Miami Marlins, which makes absolutely no sense when you look at it, because we were in 4th place last year. The Mets finished higher than us. The Nats obviously won the World Series, and the Braves were a powerhouse, and they will be again this season. But we finished 500 against those teams. Now it's really, can we beat the Miami Marlins? Can we beat the New York Yankees, or the bad teams that we have to, play? Not that the Yankees are bad, by the way. But, the bad teams, the below average teams, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, the Marlins, the Orioles, the Mets. I think we are better than them as of right now. That's how I really think about it. It's hard with the Red Sox because, they did lose Mookie Betts and they lost a couple other players. But, it's 60 games. If you want to if any team that is not supposed to win during a 162-game season, they can win in this season. The Miami Marlins could shock everybody and make the playoffs because there's only 60 games. It takes one month to get on fire. If you go 17-2 during a month or 17-6 during a month, you are looking beautiful. So after the Miami Marlins series, then we stay at home for a 2-game stint against the New York Yankees. Yes, the New York Yankees. We do play the NL East and the AL East this season. We actually play them 4 games in a row, 2 home, 2 away. Then we travel to Toronto, 3-game series, going into August 1st. You literally have Philly sports all day, and I can't wait. You got Sixers versus Pacers. You got Toronto versus Philadelphia in baseball. And, hockey restarts August 1st as well. Then we play Miami again. 3-game stint in Miami. Then we have a little bit of a homestand a big homestand actually. From August 7th to August 16th, we are home. We play 4-game series against the Braves, 3-game series against the Orioles, 3-game series against the Mets. Now, I'm not going to be putting out my prediction of, I think we're going to win this, I think we're going to win that. But at the end of this video, or, at the end of the schedule, I will be putting out my prediction of the season, of the record that I think the Phillies will get. Then we go to Boston for 2 games. This is a long road stand. So we go home for like 11 days, and then we go, or like 9 days, and then we go on the road. Play Boston, 2-game series, 3-game series in Atlanta, 3-game series in Washington. The first time we play Washington will be August 25th. Then we are back home for another homestand. You got a 3-game series versus the Braves, 4-game series against the Nationals. Then you got the Mets on the road starting September 4th versus Boston at home. You got a Miami for 4 games. The Mets for 3 games at home. Blue Jays for 3 games at home. Washington. And then we finish off the season in Tampa Bay. Now, there is a lot of good teams in this division. The Yankees, the Rays, the Nats, the Braves, the Red Sox, the Mets could potentially be good matchups, as well as the Blue Jays and the Phillies. Do I see the Phillies making the playoffs this year? It's hard to tell right now. I'm going to stay optimistic about it. I think that they will finish above the percentage of wins last year, which was 500. I do think we finish over 500. The Phillies have had a very good stretch of games and seasons in the first 60 games. We were in first place 60 games into the season last year. Now we have Andrew McCutchen back. We got Adam Hazley as a full-time starter. Bryce is fully healthy. Had an off season, kind of. JT, we have these guys. You added Didi. You added Wheeler, who might not be able to even play the entire, season because his wife is pregnant. You got Scott Kingery, Tommy Hunter, and somebody else on the IL for 10 days because they contracted the virus. There's a lot of different possibilities that could definitely happen. You go to New York, if Judge, Stanton, and Garrett Cole are either injured or have the virus or something, you're catching a break. We play them very early in the season, and then that's it. We play them 4 games in the beginning. That's it. We play Boston 4 times. We play Tampa 3 times. We play the Orioles 3 times. It's going to be different. It's going to be a very different feel. It's going to feel more of I don't want to say NBA, NHL type, but it's definitely going to be every single game matters. If you lose a series or 2 in a row, you can basically count yourself out. If you lose like 10 straight games and of 60, it's going to be very hard to either get back into the wild card, get back into the playoff race. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a very different feel to baseball this year, and I think it could be good for the aspect of baseball, growing out the community, growing out the viewership, but it's just going to feel a lot different. I love baseball. I hope the Phillies and Major League Baseball can, figure a way to get the youth back into loving the sport of baseball and not just going to see the Fanatic and hot dogs and stuff like that. Like, I want them to actually sit there and watch a 9-inning baseball game. But who knows? We're in the start of something completely different. This is the season schedule. Now into Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto a little bit before I end this video. Yesterday, the Phillies did an inter-squad game versus each other. You had Bryce Harper, JT. You had a mixture of guys playing against one another. I'm going to be putting some of the highlights in this video, probably starting right now. Alec Boehm hit a double. JT Realmuto and Didi Gregorius both home run in this game. And it's pretty funny because after JT did hit that home run, Bryce circled the bases because he was on base, hit home plate and said, "Sign him." And that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about for the next minute. If the Phillies do not sign JT Realmuto, I think the Phillies will put themselves in a hole that they will never be able to get out of, especially when Bryce Harper, during the Bryce Harper era. We have 12 years left of Harper. JT's contracts, they can range from 4 to 6 years, 120 to $220 million. It really doesn't matter, but you see all these things where they're saying, oh, well, you can trade JT during the offseason or during the deadline, and then you can get him back in the offseason. I don't want any of that. Re-sign JT Realmuto. He's the best catcher in the league. If he grows old, and if he gets old and can't play catcher as well as he can't play it every day, well, guess what? You can put him at first. I've seen him play it before. You need to re-sign JT Realmuto if you are the Philadelphia Phillies, or you'll put yourselves in a tremendous hole that you will never be able to get out of. I personally believe that if JT Realmuto is not re-signed, the Phillies will never win as long as Bryce Harper is on this team, because I don't think they will have enough star power. But, that's a topic for another day. Just wanted to kind of, hit on that a little bit. But, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. We're at 606 subscribers. Let's try to hit 700 before baseball season. That would be awesome. If we could hit that in the next 16 days, or however many days there are, 15, I think, 15, 16, a couple weeks from now. If we can hit 700 subscribers, that would be awesome. But, again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for the support. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I am out.